My name is Ugu Michael. I'm a public servant. I stay at Antony Village here. Presently, I don't have a rent problem for the fact that God provided for me to meet up with the financial demand of the landlord. But it's not easy at all. For us to maintain rent now, it's not easy because the rent now is very expensive. Especially in Antony now, the minimum 2-bedroom flat is 500,000. You see, but the thing is that if you can meet up financially, just as you said, if what Ambode can do to assist is to tell the economy, it's not Ambode. Ambode is trying on his own because I've gone several places. The man is opening and developing many areas. I congratulate him. But in the issue of rent, should come from the building material. Because in one hand, I will blame some landlords. You build your house today, you want to make the money today. But building is a long-term investment. It can stay 50 to 100 years. But if you can minimize the price and help the tenants, that's good. But in the other hand, the building material is very expensive. My position is still based on black man's thinking. Because the tenancy law is talking about the house is in Lagos that can stay 100 years. But increasing the tenement rate in order for make money is wrong. You can allow the status quo so that you will be making the money. It's just like landlord himself. You get your rent every year. Ambode, you get tenancy rate every year from every landlord. So increasing it is increasing hardship to tenants, putting pressure and misunderstanding between tenant and the landlord. Because landlord will now shift the payment to the tenants by increasing the rate which the tenant cannot meet now based on the present economy. This is extremely difficult. So government don't need to increase anything at all unless they improve in production of building material. That is number one. If they base in importing building material, we are not going anywhere with our back. Yes, there are some estates in Lagos, but it still goes back to big men hand. They start subletting it to the poor people. When you call low-cost housing estate, who is the low-cost or a man on the street that have one of the apartments? It still goes back to big men. They start subletting it to the poor people. So low cost should go to the low salary earners so that it define it, let it go straight. That is our problem. You always like political friend, political relations or whoever to come in and acquire those things. So it's no more a low cost house. They should define it, let it be low cost to lead to a common man on the street for them so that they could be able to afford it.
Ezekiel Akokaike. I work with an insurance firm. Yeah, I stayed in Lagos for a while before I moved out of Lagos. The rent issue, it has always been there. The landlord will give you, or at least they will tell you every year they'll be increasing the rent without any justification or whatever. And it has always been a problem for tenants in Lagos State. To reduce rent, well, it will be difficult on the part of the government because in the first place, these buildings or these properties are owned by individuals, not even the government. So it will be difficult for the government to to come into rent control, because I think the best the government could do was what they did, what they have done, by saying like you have to pay a year rent. But maybe the government imposing a particular rent or reducing the rent for night will be difficult. If the government builds new estates or new houses and they say it's for poor people, then the rent should come down. Because even the government property is it's even difficult to rent it. And look at the price they put, very high. The poor or the masses cannot afford it. So if they want to influence or they want to control rent in Lagos, they should bring down the rent of their own properties and if possible build more. Because even the few ones the Lagos State has is not even enough compared to the masses, and the rent is even on the high side. So if they want to force the rent down, it's for them to embark on a massive estates and make the rent affordable for the masses, not for the big boys.
Adegboyega Joseph. I work with a company. Governor Ambode should make law so that we have we are Lagosian, we should find we have not been there, we are trying to. You should make a law to subsidize them as it will. They should regulate all those our landlords so that the house can be affordable for everyone. He's the owner of the land, and he's the owner of the land. When there is law that okay, this place, if you want to go and rent this is a stipulated amount. If you want to go to an acquirer like me, this is stipulated. Nobody just come and say, oh, they without share you guys. So when you make law, nobody can just come and say this. I want to be renting my house 1 million.
My name is Mary Steven. I'm a trader. I stay in Ketu. The rate of rent is very, very high in Lagos. If there's anything the government can do to help the masses, I will appreciate it. Number one, if they can bring down the rate, the prices of the materials, which are what the landlords are complaining of. And the second thing is that when they are about to increase their house rent, then they will tender you a letter of quick notice. Then by the time they tender that, they'll know that you come begging. Then they will throw the option to you that if you have to pay, if you can pay 1 year or 1.5 years, because they need to do this, to do that, you know, they have to pay the house land use. That for crying out loud, the land use rate was just increased this year, and it's not just a peanut additional. I mean, whereby the landlords will be complaining this, that. If the federal government can work on it, we will all appreciate it. If I can afford to pay, what about my next neighbor? Would he or she be able to pay? You go under the bridge and see some people building wood around like a square to manage there. It's not because they are enjoying the place. They are not enjoying it. The reason is the rate of the way the landlords request for money for rent of the rent fee from tenants is high. Yes, the governor should build more estate, and the estate they are building is not from the masses, it's for the rich ones. The rich ones will go there, buy it, and rent it out again at the rate that the people will not be able to rent. Let them ask the masses to come and queue and register their names to reform the process. I appreciate my present landlord. He's such a nice man.
My name is Bob Secret. I'm self-employed. I'm into real estate. I live in Lagos mainland. Like you know, some people they were unable to afford their rent, and then to talk of rent, particularly Lagos, Nigeria, like 85% of people they don't have accommodation, and it's very, very pathetic. I think in that area government should look, you know, into it specifically, because all these so-called landlords, maybe they should be collecting like 2 years, a year's rented from, you know, from tenants, because most people they can't afford such money. They can try and reduce the rentage and then the amount of money that they do pay.
So that's what you want Lagos State to do?
Yes, and they should try and do more effort, you know, to make sure that all these things come to an end. Because a lot of people are suffering from accommodation.
As someone who is in estate, don't you think building more estates?
Yes, it's good.
For this 85% of people you talk about,
it's good, because when you know, I believe the government, they do have their own plan as well. Like I remember when I was young, then they say housing for all in the year 2000, and up to this moment we've not witnessed it. Particularly in Africa, people are really suffering. Because there are some people they sleep under the bridges, they sleep by roadside, some sleep by the refuse side. Look at this garden, for example. There are some people that do sleep here overnight in this garden, this Anthony. You understand what I'm trying to say? Some people they do sleep here in the night. So I think that's my own idea about that. That the government should make more effort in making sure that people have accommodation. Then housing for all, habitation. I don't know what they call it then. Fine. Like, things go up, it is not easy for the government to reduce accommodation just like that. But if they can carry the stakeholders in the real estate, no matter how the person might be. They should involve them. Anything they should contribute their quota so that sourcing should be reduced. Like the building material is going up. Everything is high. Prices are going up. But at the end of the day, they should try and make sure that they should find lasting solution to it so that it will be easy for people to have accommodation.
My name is Mr. Sebili Fatai. I am working with a pharmaceutical company, private pharmaceutical company in Lagos here as a driver. I stay at Maryland. It is zigzag and it depends on the location. Lagos rent is zigzag. I pay 5,000 per month here, I pay 7,000. You know, the houses are different in Maryland. We have more there, we still have the old house which we manage, and we still have the brick house and duplex and so on and so on. It happened that when the person is my friend, he lost his job, so the landlord did not take easy with him. He go rally around in Lagos, but at the end the landlord threw him out and all his good are wasted. So it's a pity, but he has to go back to village. I don't know, because all the house they have been building, even the past presidents, Ahmed Tinubu, Fashola and Co, the house is too high. The house rent is too high. You know, you go to Abraham Adeson here, 5-point-something million, 8-point-something million. What do you think the poor masses can avoid that? You go back to the drawing board of Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, where he built low-cost housing. Maybe that will solve the problem. Maybe room and parlor. I traveled to Ambode, Gateway Annex. I saw a room and parlor self-contained. It is manageable for somebody who can manage, but not a duplex of 8-point-something, 55 billion. I don't think somebody can avoid it. I've never seen that in Lagos. The only house I see in Lagos is for rich and for the rich.